Hi, welcome back. This video is about the topic, you are not alone. And I know that, Karen, you probably agree with me, whenever we talk to people about this topic of being abusive, it's one of the very first things most people say. I just feel so alone. I feel so isolated. I feel like I can't talk to anybody. When I reach out for help, once I get the courage to try to reach out for help, people turn me away and tell me that they can't help me. And if you're watching this, chances are you've had something like that happen to you. So this video is about several ways to really understand that you aren't alone. Not just in your head, not just through the words. So I want to start by, let me ask Karen a question about your YouTube channel, Karen, because I know quite a few people will have seen your amazing YouTube channel and the emotional abuse videos that we created together. I'm curious, and I'm leading us somewhere with this. Would you share how many people have watched some of your videos, the emotional abuse ones in particular?
Yeah, there's been, well, actually, one of the videos is becoming one of the most popular videos on my channel, and it's in the top 10 because I think there really aren't a lot of resources, and I do a lot of keyword research when I create videos. So I looked up how to stop abusing, emotional abuse, how to know if you're being emotionally abusive. Those were kind of the keywords I was looking, and there was really only one other resource available on the topic. And yeah, I think the most popular video right now has around 10,000 views, and I do get a lot of comments for people that had the courage to comment on an ongoing basis. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's remarkable. Your channel is remarkable, and the statistics that you looked up in order to create these resources. So let that sink in. The top video in that series has had about 10,000 views. That's not one person watching it 10,000 times. So taking a little bit of a lighthearted but scientific vantage point on this, clearly there are thousands of people at the very least watching these videos. And so how many more people must there be? So in a very real way, I think that's a lens on the fact that this is a fairly widespread problem.
Well, and I would say also the 10,000 people that actually watch the video and search the keywords are only the tip of the iceberg of the people that actually have this challenge, because I think we're really pickled in a society that has this problem. And it affects so many of us. I see it with my friends and their relationships, with the little cutting comments they say to each other, or the meanness that I perceive in how they're interacting. Like, I can see women saying emasculating things to their partner, their man, and men saying snide comments and that superiority. Like, I see it so often, but most people wouldn't even recognize that that is emotional abuse. They just wouldn't even see it. So I really think it's so pervasive, and that is the reason why we called this series We Can Stop Being Abusive. It's not I can stop, because this is really a we thing. This is something that we do together, because we as a society and we as support system for each other can co-create something new, but it's very difficult to do alone.
Yeah, impossible, I would say. Impossible. So now you start to get an idea for why we're so glad you're here. One of the other ways to look at this question of the fact that you are not alone is, and I offer this because I know some people who are watching will be the very logical type, kind of more the black and white thinking type. Yeah, and we have different types of thinkers. If you think just think for a moment about domestic violence. And we know there are lots of statistics, and you can say even just in the United States, more than 10 million people have reported domestic violence in their intimate partnerships every year. So take on board for just a moment and then recognize that if there are 10 million people reporting being abused, there must be millions of people being abusive. There must be. That's just logical, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
They're not being abused by nobody, right? So we are this partnership, but also you as someone studying this mini course with us, we are part of something that's happening in society that is so big that we can't see the size of it. That's how big it is. So having said that, one other point I would like to make in this video is that you can still feel alone, even if you aren't alone. Even if there are thousands and millions of us who are behaving in abusive ways, it can still feel like you're alone, and that's okay. That's actually part of the journey. The pain of feeling that aloneness is something that we will address and go into more in a subsequent video. Now, there are more resources to help you identify that you are not alone. We'll put some of those links below this video. But for now, I just want you to remember, maybe even in your darkest moments, that there's me here, there's Karen here. We are here in it together with you, along with the courageous ones like you who have said, yes, you want to change.